kajalilade rahase Champions League ek had gas mein hanguman kick pe jab naramenne bhag dulanne bhidi dasde goal ek gannai sit sarasenne samarok wenne satteta denne we are one game one heart oh, oh. One game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the
Football போத மொழியே இரங்கள் மோதங்கள் கடந்திடுமே ஒன்றாய் நின்ற பள்ளி தொற்றாயல்கள் தாண்டிடுமோ The lights are shining, the crowd will roll. This is the moment we waited for. The passion's rising, the call is clear. The Champions League is finally
One game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions.
We play for love, pride and pain. For every child who dreams again. No borders here, no fear, no end. Just one dream that we defend. மரங்கள் பிக்காகவே களத்தில் உறுதியாய் மின்னவும் நாமே. நாமே Champions League வரவே உணர்வதற்கே தருமே.
Chia kai kemak denne, kollo set ekma ek wenne, goal ekata kick ek denne, Champions League mein arabenne. One game, one heart, Champions League, satanai arabenne, hidi denne, jaya ganne, ek seenata apiyanne. One game, one heart, Champions League, where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. One game, one heart. Hello, one dream, one star. Hello, one game, one heart. Champions League, forever we play. The spirit of football is
Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Powered by TV Supreme.
of the Sri Lanka Football Champions League 2025-2026. Before the beginning of this match, Java Lane on top with a slender lead of 1 point against Pelicans, but the Pelicans are yet to play a match. They've only played 5, whereas Java Lane has played 6. Java Lane will be hoping against hope that other results play in their favour. And of course, Serendipity also just 2 points behind, and Saunders FC having a bit of a nightmarish Super 8 round. They had a very promising first round, but then again, not the best of the second rounds. And of course, these are the matches from this week that have already elapsed. Serendipity with a dominating performance against New Star, and also Java Lane winning convincingly against Sri Lanka Police. St. Mary's, who were having a bit of a dream run, has just staggered a little bit in the latter part of the Super 8 rounds. Solid SC as well have a very, very good outfit with some big names, some very capable names also, and they'll be hoping that their big guns can fire today against St. Mary's. All to play for here. Although these teams might not be title contenders at this point, both of them will be looking for wins here at the Racecourse International Stadium. At this point of the tournament, both of these teams will have known each other quite well, their strength. Apologies, Papare Minisarani. St. Mary's SC in their white outfits will be led by M. Nidarsan, and Solid SC taking the field in their orange outfits will be led by S. Jnanarupan. Both these captains taking the toss for today, and I'm joined in the commentary Gantha by Randeep Senanayaka. A very good evening to you, Randeep.
Good evening, Bilal, and today is definitely going to be an interesting battle in the midfield, and Solid will have to make sure that they hold their own against St. Mary's. And the team lineup for Solid is Daniel Robinson, Renal Kennedy, John Raj, Henry Chubeze, Sri Muralidharan Jabesh, the captain Jnanapuran, Mohammad Rakan, Devadas Nilujan, Menash Prince, Obinash Stanley, and round up the 11 is Regi Tishan for Solid.
There's the team for St. Mary's. M. Nidarsan captaining, and alongside his teammates I. Midunsan, J. Jerinson, Danjuma Kumbari, S. Madhivadanand, S. R. Nikan, S. Ruben Raj, John Lavani, Prince Clifford, OK Metabo, and A. S. Jerushan. The head coach Ratnam Jasmine, who will be pushing his team for a win today. It's all set here for kickoff. Solid SC. On the left of your pitch, St. Mary's with the final huddle on the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are off here at the Racecourse International Stadium. Solid with the first touch of the ball. They'll be looking to make an immediate impact here. Of course, something they do say around the first quarter and the last quarter of the game. One of the most two important segments of the game. Of course, the first quarter, both these players will be looking to just calm those nerves down, and a shot taken there, because passes like that can happen in that first quarter because these players are still switching on, and the team that is able to get into their rhythm first will obviously be able to outsmart the other. And the last quarter, of course, equally important. That's where teams can leak goals, because that fatigue can creep in. So these first 15 minutes are quite important for both these teams here.
Definitely, Bilal, and I think both teams will be vying for that all-important first goal. And now Solid with an attempt on goal. The game coming up in the evening, Bilal, that will be one of the most anticipated ones. Pelicans will be looking to get the victory, as Java Lane are at top of the table at the moment. But now the ball does go through and lays it off, and the ball does trickle into the goal, but offside has been called.
Bit of confusion here. And it does look like the goal has been awarded, Randeep.
I actually thought, Bilal, that the referee did signal offside. I'm not too sure. I'm a bit confused. The players are celebrating, are Solid.
And immediately in this opening minute of the game, it's Solid SC that have struck first. Brilliant awareness from that attacker there to make that run. Just caught the defense lacking a little bit, because that's the effect of those first 15 minutes, Randev, that we did speak about before. And it's S. Jnanarupan, the captain, who scores the goal for Solid SC early on. That will definitely put some pressure on St. Mary's as well.
Bit of confusion earlier. Thought referee Sudin signaled was offside, but Solid have managed to get that early lead. And like you mentioned, Bilal, they seem to be the team up top in the first quarter. But this is the game of football, and anything is possible. So St. Mary's will not be too disheartened, as they have quite a lot of time still to get back. But a bit of a wayward pass there. And now St. Mary's on the ball.
Prince Clifford there, looking extremely slick on the ball. Jerinson with the cross into the box. That's well negotiated by the goalie. And here's the replay. That's Kennedy John Raj. He could have taken the shot, but unselfishly passed it on to the captain, who almost made a hash of it there, Randeep. But the ball just trickling into goal there. Goalkeeper couldn't do much to stop that. Some early nerves here for St. Mary's. Okay, meta ball there. In towards John Lavani. Two crucial players for St. Mary's. And that's Danjuma Gumbari, who just gives it away. But St. Mary's with a shot now. Not disturbing the keeper that time. Some early shots taken here by St. Mary's from way in forward of goal, but none of them actually going into target.
Illusion not troubled too much by the St. Mary's forwards. They'll have to do better than that if they are taking a long distance shots. But now deep ball looking for the frontline attackers, but throw in for Solid, quickly taken. Now ball played diagonally onto the right. Unfortunately, not being able to control that is Kennedy, but manages to get the ball back.
Tussle for the ball here. And it looks like Solid has won themselves a corner, and another early attacking opportunity for them now within these first 10 minutes of the game. It's Kennedy John Raj with the ball at his feet, looking to take that cross. They have a bunch of orange jerseys in that box. And here's the cross now. Well done there by the defense, good clearance. Chaotic break. It's well controlled by Solid, and Solid immediately on the counter here once again. Solid with the goal in the box. Kennedy John Raj is just blocked by the defender, and very good anticipation. And once again it's St. Mary's now immediately looking to counter. That's Prince Clifford with the ball at his feet. Sent into the wing there. M. Prem Kumar just loses it, unfortunately, for St. Mary's. Some very fast football being played here. Both these teams looking to probe through that through those defenses. Beautiful ball there. Crossfield. Chibueze into John Raj. John Raj to Chibueze once again. Good little 1-2 from Chibueze and John Raj here. Yes, Prince Clifford looking to go for goal. Low driven shot. Apologies, that was Mensa Prince.
Now ball back with St. Mary's, and ball going nowhere. Just a bit of hash in position, but the ball falls kindly now, and an attacking opportunity. These long distance shots are not the way to go for St. Mary's. If they are taking that kind of shot, they need to trouble the goalkeeper a bit more, as a shot from that distance along the ground will not do too much trouble for Nilujan.
Nilujan leaving a bit dangerously. As well get that ball into Henry Chibueze. Stolen by St. Mary's. Well cleared away by that solid defense.
Quick throw in taken by Jerinson. Now St. Mary's looking to build their attack as they need to pull a goal back. Our searching pass on the left and easily dealt with there by the solid defense. So it will be a corner for St. Mary's.
I have to say I love Kennedy John Raj's intensity that he's showing, Randev, that he's shown consistently whenever he's playing for Solid, tracking back and also when transitioning from defense into attack. And here's the cross. Fortunately for St. Mary's, doesn't find the back of the net. But like we were saying, it's players like that that actually help to elevate the team's game. Players like John Raj, who are lethal on attack and as good in defense as well.
Bit overcooked there was the pass. Idea was right. Unfortunately, not being able to get the power right, and now ball back with St. Mary's. Prince Clifford looking for that diagonal pass actually over the defensive line in the middle. That ball does fall now. And referee Sudin says play on, no foul there. And now on the right, Kennedy John Raj, and a lovely ball. But unfortunately, not enough pace, and the ball is turned over to St. Mary's. Bit of pressure on the St. Mary's defense as Solid have time and time again threatened the goal. Now possession given away in the midfield.
Is some good high pressing by Solid SC here, and then they're not allowing that defense to settle. And here you see once again it's fighting for that ball. And that's what you want to see in these opening few minutes of the game. That intensity right from the beginning. It's Prince Clifford into M. Prem Kumar. Clifford once again. John Lavani, and good interception there by Solid once again. Solid defense looking quite coordinated today in these opening few minutes. Their fans will be hoping that they can keep that intensity up throughout these 90 minutes of the game.
St. Mary's will be hoping that their two key players, Lavani and Clifford, will bring about their magic and get them the goals they need to get all important 3 points as they want to end this Super 8 round on a high, as we are in the penultimate week of Sri Lanka Football Champions League. And now lovely ball into the box. Fortunately crowded there was Prince Clifford. Solid managed to nullify that threat. Now on the right.
Interesting to see the formation of Solid off the ball as well. They've rightly identified the threat of the forwards of St. Mary's, a very forward heavy team. They are playing 5 at the back when they are off of the ball. And when translating into attack as well, they have those right backs just moving forward, taking the wings if John Raj goes in, if John Raj cuts in, or if not, taking a sort of inverted wing back position. It's quite refreshing to see. Chipueze hunting down Gumbari there. Forced to play it back and build from the back once again. Okay, Metabo will be looking for Ace Jerushan. Jerushan puts it in, and St. Mary's now with a chance. Good composure there shown by Solid. Solid immediately on the counter now. You have Chibueze making that run. Unfortunately, just misses out, and that will be a foul. And it looks like the referee is going into his pocket there, Randev. And it looks like he has his red card out, Randev. Will be interesting to see the call by the ref here. No, it's a yellow. So Solid will be quite thankful for that. But almost quite shocked to see a red there.
Definitely would have been very, very difficult for Solid if they got a red card this early in the game. But a bit of a ill-disciplined tackle there.
An unnecessary tackle there, Randev, while they're on top as well. And if that had gone wrong, something that could have derailed their progress so far in this opening quarter.
This is something we've seen in the Sri Lanka Football Champions League. A bit of unnecessary tackles, a bit of ill-discipline. I think while I was talking to Navod yesterday as well, he did mention that one of the key factors that the players here have to identify is when they have to tackle, the most opportune moment. And a couple of these players seem to have not gotten that right, and hence Abhinav Stanley also gets a yellow card and puts his team in quite a difficult position now, as he has to play the remaining the rest of the game on that yellow card. But nevertheless, it is Solid leading at the moment, and they'll want to hold on to that lead and add to that tally as well. But St. Mary's at the moment do have momentum with them.
Of course, a free kick opportunity for St. Mary's here. Will be interesting to see what they do. They go for goal, and it's a goal. This is brilliant by St. Mary's. That tackle has immediately brought on repercussions for Solid SC. What a brilliant strike there. Took us all by surprise. And it looks like it's the captain, M. Nidarsan, who makes the breakthrough and scores that equalizer. Randev, talk us through what we are seeing here.
My oh my, Bilal, in the replay here as well, a dream free kick. Any footballer won't want to get that on the right top corner. And the captain Nidarshan making sure that St. Mary's take full advantage of the mistake by Solid, and getting that all-important goal and drawing level. My oh my, I've got goosebumps here. That free kick was amazing, amazing to see.
It's lovely to see the crowd getting behind that team as well. What a goal, score the equalizer. Solid, who had the advantage early on, now found themselves on level ground with St. Mary's.
Going back, Bilal, to that challenge there, which gave St. Mary's the opportunity to take that free kick. That goes to show that nothing is, the range does not matter, as the free kicks are pretty... These players do practice taking free kicks from various distances, and nothing is out of range. But now, on that note, Solid on the attack, the other side of the field.
It's Jnanarupan there, who will be looking for players, just holding on to the ball until he receives support. Here's the cross, high into the box. Solid still the ball at their feet. Going for goal once again, but sailing harmlessly across above the crossbar.
Great to see that both teams are on the attack through and through, heading into the first 20 minutes of this game. Quick on defense and then taking the counter attack and making sure that they challenge the opponent's goalkeeper. But now St. Mary's on the ball. Jerushan, Prince Clifford Clifford going past to Lavani. Lavani pings the ball to the right, and fortunately not being able to control that, and the ball does trickle out. So it'll be a goal kick for Solid. The Bilal, it's definitely been an exciting 20 minutes. 2 goals in the 20 minutes. Love to see that.
Definitely has, Randev. And it's interesting to see the tactic, the formation that St. Mary's takes on when they're on the ball as well. What they're attempting to do is that they want to create the plays as wide as possible, going into that wing where Prince Clifford and Jerushan are. Oh, and that's some slick footwork there by Kennedy John Raj. John Raj going in, but just a little bit of a heavy touch there. He knows it. He'll be kicking himself for that. Kennedy John Raj did everything right just before that touch. Had Chibueze to his right, making that support run as well. Did pretty well to get past the defense also.
Anikan almost making a cardinal mistake there, giving away possession, kicking it straight to the Solid player. But now ball with Lavani. Lavani once again looking for that pass on the right wing. The ball is still in play.
Ooh, that's beautiful by Prem Kumar. Prem Kumar still with the ball at his feet. Just not able to get that finish right there. Quite well done by the Solid defense as well. Make sure that they crowd that area. Here's Solid once again. Chibueze making that run. Mensa Prince sees Chibueze. Through balls it right into his path. And it looks like we're having a St. Mary's player on the ground. Okay, Metaboy, it seems like. Might have just copped a blow to his foot there. Nevertheless, there's some exciting football being played by both these teams, and they've some contrasting tactics also, whereas Solid most of the time attempts to go down the middle with Chibueze, and here's Prince Clifford going through that left wing, almost getting it this time as well. Solid defense falters only for a moment. Good recovery. Okay, Metabo just allows the ball to trickle out of touch there. And it looks like Solid player is on the ground there. Seems to have sprained his ankle by the looks of it. Obina Stanley, one of the key cogs in that Solid defense, seems to have gone down. Solid will be hoping that he can get back up here. Key player like Obina Stanley being injured.
On the replay there, we did see no contact with the St. Mary's player. It's just that he did get his foot stuck on the ground. So bit of pain there on his right ankle, and he'll be hoping that can continue play.
Walking a bit gingerly there. However, looks like he will come back to the field. We'll have to wait and see. Just escorted out by the medic. And play will go on. Kenneth John Raj. Just looking for a player, but allows it to trickle out. And it will be a goal kick that St. Mary's start off with. And they've made some good progress here. Into the box there, but landing in no man's land. Nilujan looking to build from the back here. It's something we rarely saw in the opening few matches of the tournament run. And once again, here's Prince Clifford looking to go past the defenders here, but unfazed. Solid defense, does quite well once again.
Like you mentioned, Bilal, solid defense has marked the St. Mary's attackers extremely well, especially Prince Clifford up front, who is an eminent threat. When he does get the ball, he always manages to find himself in the box. And now ball with Kennedy John Raj. Does manage to find a player, but the St. Mary's defense deals really well. And now an opportunity for St. Mary's.
Some good clearance once again by Solid. The defense has looked extremely composed here, even during the counter. It's not something that we see quite often, and immediately they are on the opposite end of the field in the opponent's box, going for that cross. Kennedy John Raj just hits it above goal there. Brilliant pass, great execution, but just not getting that finish right. Solid attack, definitely looks to be firing on all cylinders here, and the S. Jnanarupan with that cross there. Beautifully floated cross. John Raj just not able to keep it down, and we'll be having a bit of a brief drinks break here. These teams playing in the scorching sun in Colombo. Much needed for them on this very hot day.
And once again, the replay of the first goal by Jnanarupan. Very lucky, like you mentioned, Bilal. That ball does trickle over the goal line, but nevertheless, it is the first goal for Solid. But this free kick by Nitharsan, top right corner. You don't see that very often, to execute a free kick like that. And Bilal and I were really excited to see a goal like that, especially here in the Sri Lankan circuit, because you do see these on international level matches and in the club matches, and to see it live in front of your eyes as well is nice to see.
Those are the St. Mary's supporters that you saw right there on your screen, coming here in droves to support their team in this penultimate week of the Sri Lanka Champions League 25-26. This is the updated points table. Of course, St. Mary's sitting there in 5th place and Solid on 6th, both with 6 points each. If they are able to win, both of them can get into that top 4. Either of them can get into that top 4. However, they'll have to hope that results go their way if they are to secure a berth in that top 4 place. Here's OK Metabo driving forward. Is Jerushan. Good high press once again that we are seeing by Kennedy John Raj here and the rest of the Solid attackers. It's Chibueze and Gnanarupan. Here's St. Mary's rushing forward.
Now Prince Clifford on the ball. Looking for options. Plays it on to the left. And the ball floated in, but unfortunately, solid defense up to the task. There was a collision there, so it will be foul in favor of Solid.
Chibueze just hitting himself on the back of the head there. Milking that foul. Solid getting themselves into good position, and once again here's the Chibueze John Raj combination. John Raj going for goal this time. It has been very refreshing to see that Chibueze John Raj combination run. Both of them know their roles, know their strengths and weaknesses as well, and they complement each other perfectly, I should say. Here's St. Mary's now once again being dispossessed of that ball, and Chibueze showing his pace there. Great control, and that is not the best thing that you want to see, Chibueze being taken down like that.
So Gumbari just shoving him there. Chibueze having a great run from the back. Gumbari just drawing out a foul there. Now once again a throw in for Solid. The ball put into the middle, but that header just easily collected there.
Done well by Chibueze to get to the ball despite being marked by two defenders there. Oh, and that's a good ball into the path of Prince Clifford. But it's Obina Stanley who reigns supreme once again against this St. Mary's attack. What a crucial player he has been, Randir.
Definitely. Stanley with his physicality, it's extremely difficult to deal with up. When you're attacking him, he does seem like a giant to get past. But, St. Mary's managing to draw out a corner from that encounter, and they'll be hoping, drawing close to the half-time whistle, that they can get that second goal.
Just hit the half-hour mark as well, and here's the cross. Good cross there. Okay, Metabo almost getting to it. The men in orange jerseys doing well to misdirect that ball. Another corner from the opposite side. Danjuma Gumbari this time looking for that cross into the box. 5 players there. Is Jerushan this time a speculative effort that will award Solid SC with the ball. That's the St. Mary's bench who will be hopefully looking to come in as well and make an impact in this game. All in due course, however. Here's Solid SC with the restart. Nilujan putting it up high. Chibueze, great control. He sees John Raj, punts it into the path of John Raj, but the defense. Great interception by Chibueze, but once again Kennedy John Raj just unable to find the back of the net there.
Jerushan, the guilty man there, giving away possession and almost gifting a goal for Solid. But Gumbari coming and cleaning up that mistake, and John Raj missing another opportunity. So it will be a restart through Anikan. Both teams coming to the final third and not being able to capitalize.
Okay, Metabo to Prince Clifford. Jerushan boots it in to his captain, Obina Stanley. Dispossesses him off the ball. Here's Prince Clifford once again on a foot race to the ball with OK Metabo. Chibueze gets his foot to it, but it looks like it's Metabo who has booted it out of touch. Cross into the box there. Almost half-hearted cross. Kumbari just a little too much on that pass.
Kumbari doing well to get possession, but unfortunately not being able to find Prince Clifford, and possession back with Solid now. Chubueze being able to get much control. Both teams have just slowed down a bit. Definitely in these humid conditions, fatigue also is a factor, and they've been going at it for the past 30 minutes. But now an opportunity for Chibueze, unfortunately called offside.
Will be interesting to see the replay in that as well. Certainly from this angle, it looked like Chibueze made the good run, but no, good call there by the ref. Good defensive awareness from St. Mary's as well. Make sure they just hold that line a bit high, restricting Chibueze from making that run. Looking for the cross here. St. Mary's. Good interception there by the goalkeeper. Long throw in as well from him, almost reaching the half center line of the pitch. Here's Jerushan on the ball to Clifford. Gets past Kennedy John Raj. But it's Obina Stanley once again saves the day. Good tackle. Good clearance as well. Long ball into the path of Chibueze. Chibueze gets to it, but he does need support. Holding on to the ball until there is support and going for the shot. Easily taken there.
Fortunately not enough power there from that distance. Not enough to trouble Anikan. Now, fortunately that pass not going through. But luckily enough for St. Mary's, throw in for them.
And it looks like there will be a substitution. K. Ebiron coming in for Jerinson. Almost at the half-time mark here.
Substitution for St. Mary's. Jersey number 10, Jerinson is replaced by jersey
Not too sure whether it was a substitution for injury or a tactical substitution, Bilal.
So Jerinson, who is a forward, being taken out for Ebiron. who according to our list plays as a defender. So an interesting substitution. Stanley once again gets in the way of that counter. But here's Gumbari now. Gumbari still with the ball at his feet. He has Prince Clifford to his right, to his left. But unfortunately doesn't get rid of the ball on time. Hunting down Mensa Prince there, Gumbari, who in the process has just been guilty of a foul.
Gumbari doing very well after being dispossessed to recover possession again. I think he felt he was a bit hard done there, but he does commit a foul trying to recover possession. But now ball back with Solid.
It's Gnanarupan looking for John Raj once again. No, that's Chibueze in that wing that John Raj usually sticks to. Here's opportunity now for Solid to score that second goal right before halftime. That will be ideal if they are able to do it. Wavered pass there.
Not too sure who he saw there, but possession gifted to Solid. And now John Raj does kick that ball out. Not too sure what happened there. But it is a throw-in for St. Mary's, and Metabo on the ball to Prince Clifford, and Prince Clifford dancing his way through, but dispossessed. A bit of a tussle for the ball. Both players holding on to each other. It will be a free kick in favor of Solid. The Prince takes it quickly, and now ball dished out to the left, and it is Chibueze who's in the middle and John Raj on the right. And did lovely to get around, but St. Mary's player does bring him down. Referee Sudin does call that foul. Those challenges are unnecessary, but does break the flow of the game as well.
Opportunity now, however, for Solid with a free kick. We know they have players in their ranks who can score from that distance. And we saw St. Mary's making maximum use of their free kick as well. And we are almost at half-time here. 5 minutes of regulation time in this first half. You have Chibueze and Mensa Prince. It's Chibueze. Goes straight into the ball there. Ball collected by Solid. Just lets the opportunity slip away from their grasp here.
Not too sure what Chibueze was trying to do. They're trying to look for the pass because it was too far for him to head that ball towards goal. But now St. Mary's with the ball into the box, but dealt with by Stanley. He is a rock in defense for Solid. Now Avani. Possession given away by Biron. And now John Raj on the ball. Under a bit of pressure, and yes, gives away possession. So Gumbari will be happy with that outcome. And the throw in taken quickly, and both players not on the same wavelength. Last couple of minutes in this half, and both teams seems to be slipping up a bit.
But one man that hasn't slipped up, Randev, is of course Obina Stanley there. What a first half. He's had so many opportunities. Attacking opportunities that St. Mary's had was just ruined by the great defensive awareness of that man, Obina Stanley there. Just a bit of a collision here in the middle of the pitch. What a game he's had. Both players there just looking to hit the ball, colliding with each other. And Randeep, something that we've seen so far is that St. Mary's have only employed one avenue of attack. They've attempted to go through that left wing, Jerushan and Prince Clifford. And Solid, having recognized that, have made sure that they cover those players, cover that avenue of attack. And St. Mary's haven't really looked for any other options there so far in this game. So that's something perhaps that they can definitely discuss going into Lemons here. Whereas the forwards for Solid have been firing on all cylinders. Chibueze, Nyanarupan and Kennedy John Raj have looked extremely sublime there, creating multiple opportunities as well, but just unable to finish it off so far. And here's Chibueze once again looking to go through the legs of OK Metabo there. Good recovery by Metabo. And we'll be having 2 minutes of added time here to this interesting first half that we've had. Prince Clifford making the run. Ball just delayed a little bit there by M. Prem Kumar. One of those rare moments where Prince Clifford was not marked. And here's Nyanarupan now into the box. Nyanarupan, just a bit of a heavy touch there. Golden opportunity created for Solid with that beautiful cross by Kennedy John Raj.
John Raj, a lovely ball into the box for Nyanarupan, and Nyanarupan got the touch right as well. That second touch being too heavy, but now St. Mary's on the attack. Prince Clifford trying to find that pass into the box, but unfortunately nothing coming off of it. Just less than a minute now in this half. I think both teams looking for that goal, and now John Rad once again looking for Chibueze. Just a battle for position, Chibueze and Metabo.
Solid SC still knocking on the door once again. Wave after wave of attack here. They are just unable to finish off the chances that they are creating. Good little footwork there by Mensa Prince. Prince into Nyanarupan, who has been dispossessed. Prince Clifford now from the left wing here into M. Nidarsan, the captain. Nidarsan into the path of Prince Clifford. Then once again, brilliant bit of defensive awareness from Obina Stanley. Great tackle there, getting the ball out of play. And the late opportunity rather for St. Mary's to make something out of it here. They have a corner for themselves. Prem Kumar will be looking for the cross. Have a number of white jerseys in that box. Obina Stanley there, making sure his men are in the right positions for the defense. And John Raj just going past his legs, but well collected there by the goalkeeper Tevdas Nilujan. And that's the whistle for half time. And what an interesting half we've had so far, Randeep.
Definitely that last play, John Raj extremely lucky that that ball trickled to Nilujan. Would have been a mistake there in the dying end of that first half.
Both these teams having scored one goal apiece in that opening quarter itself. St. Mary's with that equalizer from that free kick, and a good little run by John Raj, who put it on the plate for his captain Nyanarupan. That was the first goal there. Nyanarupan almost making a hash of it. but getting quite lucky as well. There were opportunities for both these teams, and that free kick brilliantly done by the St. Mary's skipper. So both skippers here getting their names on the scoring list. And at halftime here at the Racecourse International Stadium, both teams with 1 goal apiece and all to play for in the second half. We'll be going for a short commercial break and be back with exciting action from the second half of this game.
Champions League, एक हाथ गैस में, hangman kick में, जावा ये नरमने, भाग दुलाने भी दी दस्ते गोल एक गाना इसी सरसने, समरों बिन्ने साथ देने. We are one game, one heart. One game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the the Champions League is finally one game, one heart, Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. We play for love, pride and pain. Child who dreams again. No borders here, no fear, no end. Just one dream that we defend. Marangal pikkago mein, kalatil ardiya minnavu naame. Now me Champions League varave, unalvadakke tarume. Chia ekai kammak denne, kollo set ekama ek venne. Goal ekata kick ek denne. Champions League mein aramenne. One game, one heart, Champions League. Satanai aramenne, dibidenne, jaya ganne, ek seenata apiyanne. One game, one heart, Champions League where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. One game, one heart. Champions League, forever we play. The spirit of football is
Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Powered by TV Supreme.
The second half does start with St. Mary's kicking off. Both teams will be looking to boss position and make sure that they put pressure on, but on the get-go it is St. Mary's down the left, easily dealt with by the solid defense.
How good has the solid defense been so far, Andev? I really don't want to jinx it early on in the second half, but that man there, Obina Stanley, along with his teammates, have done an absolutely all-important job here to restrict St. Mary's to just one goal. Yes, St. Mary's once again early on, just knocking on the doors here. Good header. St. Mary's now with another opportunity, and they make a hash of it. Unable to get it into the back of the net. That's Prince Clifford.
I think it was Gumbari, if I'm not mistaken, Bilal. Not too sure whether it was Prince Clifford or Gumbari, but that first time shot did not work for him. Should have taken that touch and taken the shot off, because he did have a bit of space.
But it looks like there has been a bit of a deflection as well. So a corner kick for St. Mary's early on in this first half, opening couple of minutes here. It's Prince Clifford who will be looking for that corner. Floats it high up. Just barely comes out of that alive there. Solid SC. It was a good kick by Prince Clifford towards the far post. Another opportunity once again. This time it's Gumbari who will be taking it from the right. Gumbari done brilliantly there once again by the solid keeper. Here's Sri Muridharan Jabesh into Chibueze, who takes a bit of a tumble once again. Because in last week's game, it was Jabesh who scored the opening goal for Solid SC. He'll be hoping that he can repeat those heroics here today as well against St. Mary's. Here's Mensa Prince.
And a bit of a challenge there by Mathivatanan, and still will be a throw in for Solid.
Robinson Reynolds with the throw in, looking for Chibueze in that left wing. Reynolds to Prince, Mensa Prince, and that's an immediate yellow for that challenge. That's John Lavani who takes down Prince. Solid SC now with an opportunity high up the pitch. Mensa Prince will be looking for a productive cross here. As Chibueze, who's being marked alongside Robinson Reynolds, Jabesh, and the captain Jana Rupan as well. But instead he goes towards goal, and that's a shot on target there. Brilliantly done by the goalkeeper for St. Mary's. And what a shot that was. Randir.
Nearly catching Anikan off guard. The Anikan just managing to block out that ball once again. Here's the replay of that foul. Yellow card that was given to John Lavani. But definitely not something you and I saw, Bilal. That shot from so far off, it definitely was interesting if he managed to get that goal. But now St. Mary's on the attack, looking for the captain. But the ball cleared out for a corner in favor of St. Mary's. What's most interesting to see is when Solid manages to execute an attack, it is St. Mary's. The next minute they execute their own attack as well. So both teams not letting up and putting pressure on either side. So exciting stuff here at the Racecourse International Stadium. And corner duties for Captain Nitharsan. And into the middle. Fortunately, not being able to bring that ball down, but volley taken on by Prem Kumar. Nothing coming off of it. Goal kick quickly taken. Straight to the St. Mary's player and position back with them now.
St. Mary is definitely the more dominant side in these opening few minutes of the second half. They're just bringing in wave after wave of attacks, probing, testing that solid defense once again as well. And in this opening 6 minutes of the game, they visited that corner. They've had twice as many touches in the opponent's box. That's definitely an impressive attack and an impressive start from St. Mary's as well. They'll be hoping that can be translated into a goal here. Opportunity with the corner. This time it will be taken by M. Prem Kumar. Prem Kumar once again going towards that far post, but it's Obina Stanley. Tall man. Gumbari marked by two defenders there who do well to get the ball cleanly. Here's Solid now looking for an attacking opportunity.
Tishan initially letting that ball go, and I think he regrets that. Should have gotten a touch onto that. But now restart. St. Mary's with Metabo on ball will look to build up their attack. I think Solid's defense has been so good, Bilal, that St. Mary's attack has been shut down multiple times. They do deserve another goal or two, but especially Stanley leading the Solid defense has been extremely good at the back. But now,
yes, Prince Clifford once again, man who can make a difference for St. Mary's there with his dancing feet and powerful shot. Bit of a feint. Nirupan, the captain, handing over proceedings to his defense, who just makes a hash of it there. Lavani, good interception there by him. And St. Mary's now with an opportunity, and that's been deflected. Last ditch defending by this Solid defense.
I think Prem Kumar had sight on goal. Could have taken the shot off there, but opting to find that pass. The deflection gaining a corner for St. Mary's.
And if I'm not mistaken, Randev, this is the fourth corner in the second half for St. Mary's. Captain taking the cross this time towards the far post once again. Finds OK Metabo. Keeps the ball in play. OK Metabo once again charging into the box with an opportunity now, and that's a goal. It's a goal that we saw coming, Randev. It's brilliantly done. It's the captain once again who has scored a brace for himself. St. Mary's go 2-1 up in this game. It's M. Nitharsan for St. Mary's who makes the difference here, and for the first time in this game, St. Mary's is in the lead.
Lovely ball into the box by Metabo.
Look at the crowd there. They're on their feet. We felt that this goal was coming. They orchestrated wave after wave of attacks there. They had plenty of corners as well. Make something happen, and that was great composure by Metabo also to make sure he just lobs it over the goalkeeper there into the path of Nidarsan, who makes no mistake and scores a brace for himself. And the game restarts once again. Solid SC now playing catch up. They will be looking for a goal here, and immediately looks like they've managed to get in some space here. Here's a cross. Done well by OK Metabo. There's some fast-paced football coming from Solid after the restart, and they've immediately got a corner for themselves. Corner taken quickly now. Here's the captain, who's dispossessed of the ball. And St. Mary's with an opportunity to counter. Given away cheaply there, Randev. Making that run, Chibueze. Done well by Metabo. Momentum now with St. Mary's. And something that we've always seen, Randev. With one goal, there's definitely another coming in. So this is the moment the Solid defense will have to be extra focused. They've done so well so far in this game. Can't just let it slip away in this manner. Here's Nidarsan. And ball goes out of play once again. Brilliant composure shown by Nidarsan. And Solid finding themselves on the back foot once again. This time fortunate pass lands right into the path of the Solid defender, who clears it away. St. Mary's, however, another wave of attack by St. Mary's, and what a ball that was by Prince Clifford. And Gumbari now with a shot, and living quite dangerously here is Solid SC. From praising their defense, Randev, we have to switch to praising this attack and composure shown by St. Mary's.
Definitely St. Mary's looking the better out of the two teams at the moment, making Solid's defense look helpless. Multiple attacks coming from Gumbari, especially the last shot as well. An opportunity for him, but now interception, but still ball with St. Mary's. And that high intensity passage of play will be brought to temporary halt in terms of substitutions.
Two substitutions for Solid. That's Nesarasa Anthony Ramesh and Jaya Kershon coming on for Rakan and Robinson Reynolds. Both those players, and they have to admit, was quiet in these opening exchanges so far in this second half and first half. So looks like that would be a good decision taken by the coach there, because you need players who are making an impact on and off the ball as well. Mohammad Rakan especially playing in that midfield. Haven't seen much of him on the ball. Here's another cross by St. Mary's. Little back heel pass into the new man, Jaya Kershon.
Fortunately, bit of a haphazard pass there, so throw in for St. Mary's, and now Lavani on the ball, and gives away possession in the midfield, and now an attacking opportunity for Solid. Chibueze unfortunately not being able to get around that St. Mary's defense.
A corner for Solid here. And be Mensa Prince who will be looking to make an impact with this cross. Corner taken quickly here. Jabesh to Mensa Prince once again. Mensa Prince with the cross. Okay, Metabo intervenes. Low driven attempt there for Solid. And Gumbari has managed to reach that ball. And here's the captain once again, Nidarsan, looking for his player. Here's Prince Clifford. Prince Clifford has been denied once again by Obina Stanley. And here's Kennedy John Raj coming into play in the second half. John Raj into Chibueze. It's well done by the defense there, marking that threat from Chibueze. Some high intensity football being played here in the Racecourse International Stadium. St. Mary's 1 goal up, but they know that 1 goal cushion wouldn't be much helpful for them so far. Obina Stanley once again doing well. Here's opportunity for St. Mary's. Another shot. And once again, almost finding the back of the net there. Solid defense. Looking a bit chaotic here. And I think credit has to be given to the St. Mary's attack, because like we did mention in the first half, during that first half, they were only looking for one avenue of attack, but this time they mixed it up a little bit. They've gone towards the right and left wings, and the players there are also giving them the opportunity to do that, playing with versatility, and that's what seems to have just for the moment confused the Solid defenders. Here's Mensa Prince now. Mensa Prince, brilliant pace on the ball there. But it's John Lavani who comes out on top. Gumbari marked by 2. Here's Jnanarupan, the captain, into Chibueze. Chibueze makes it into the box, but is marked by 3 defenders once again. Randeep, something that we haven't seen a lot in the second half so far is Kennedy John Raj coming into that attack. We only seen him having a couple of touches so far, whereas in the first half he was absolutely brilliant.
Yes, as you say, now it's Kennedy John Raj tries to take the attack on against the St. Mary's defense, and now on the right looking for Chibueze. Shut down by the St. Mary's defense. The moment St. Mary's doing everything right in attack and defense. And now another goal scoring opportunity for them, but Solid's defense managing to cover that. Think more than a chaotic defense, Bilal. I think St. Mary's with their wave on wave attack is just overwhelming that Solid defense, especially with the likes of Stanley at the back. Still being able to get overwhelmed is pretty shocking to see, but St. Mary's doing everything right in terms of attack. That pass a bit wavered, but Gumbari managing to recover possession, and now we look to put the ball into the box and brought down, but it is a fair challenge, Frisuddin says, and play is carried on.
Just unable to pierce through that midfield. Once again, will be St. Mary's who will be looking to attack here. We haven't seen much of that John Raj Chibueze combination as well, and that's something that worked brilliantly for Solid in that first half. So hopefully they will be able to emulate the likes of that combination in the second half as well. And they'll definitely need it if they are to make an impact here. Winning the ball back. Here's the captain, Nanarupan, into John Raj. John Raj looking for support, looking for the run. Into Chibueze. Chibueze to Jabesh, who gives it to John Raj once again. John Raj at the edge of the box, goes for goal. Just unable to keep it down there. The ball dipping only after going above the net. But good effort nevertheless by John Raj. Effort that will keep the defenders on their toes, keep them guessing. And a moment's hesitation is all you need, Ramdev. A little mistake.
Kumbari shoved again, but still solid ball. Kumbari has been alive in the second half for St. Mary's up front. He definitely has made the difference with his pace, but now John Raj dispossessed and St. Mary's back on the ball now. Every time they do have the ball, we sense that there is an attacking opportunity.
Brilliant anticipation there by Obina Stanley. Good 1-2 here by Nanarupan and Mensa Prince. Chibueze now towards John Raj. There's that combination that we want to see. If you're a solid fan, Chibueze at the edge of the box looking for support. He'll be forced to pass it back, but Solid still looking for a goal here. Here's Solid still moving forward, just momentarily. The progress is halted as the ball is booted back in. And it looks like the player has managed to keep it in there. Looking for Nanarupan that time, who is marked by defender. Ball will trickle away into the goalie's hands. Here's Metabor now, moving forward with the ball, looking for players, looking for options. And he finds Jesunes and Miron. Into Prince Clifford. Clifford just doesn't get the connection on that pass right. There is some good high pressing there. And another opportunity for St. Mary's here, but not the ideal cross. Here's Nanarupan. Into John Raj, who holds on to that ball. He'll be looking for options as well, but just overcooks that pass there, John Raj.
John Raj a little too optimistic there, not getting that pass right. But Solid will have to do more than they normally execute their attacking plays, as they are a goal down heading into the 70th minute of this game. Just 20 minutes on our official timing, so not too sure whether that throw was counted or not, but no, it is a retake in throw in. And Kumbari on the ball and gives away possession, and now Lavani making a challenge.
Chibueze gets up to his feet, but it's Mensa Prince now in the box. He's not able to get it past the defender, but Solid will have a corner once again. Chibueze will move into the box alongside his forwards there. Nanarupan, John Raj, and the new man in Jaya Kershon in that box. Corner taken quickly.
Kumbari once again doing very well in defense there. Now a throw in, and Mensa Prince will be looking for that deep throw in into the box. Couple of players, but taken short.
Kershon, the little back heel pass to Prince. Going for goal there, Jabesh, but the ball, slicing the ball instead. Going out of play. Lavani.
Now Prem Kumar on the right, finding his captain, and unfortunately Nitarshan gives away possession, and now opportunity for Solid, and the ball almost falls in favor, and Metabor showing his frustration.
What a good tackle there by Metabor, and had he not committed to that tackle, Mensa Prince definitely would have deposited into the back of the net there.
Neatly Metabor screaming and shouting to his fellow players, saying, "What are you all doing?" But once again, possession back with St. Mary's, and Prem Kumar plays it down the right to Prince Clifford, but a lovely bit of defensive work there by John Lois.
And it looks like there will be more fresh legs being infused into this St. Mary's team. John Loyas coming in for John Lavani. Lavani has had a decent day in the jersey, and the coaching staff along with the fans will be hoping that John Loyas can be as impactful or more than Lavani. Here's Metabor. Long ball in to Prince Clifford there. Cleared away.
Lavani, who did receive a yellow card, will now be safe, as they do not want to risk the fact of getting that second yellow card and a red card, so they would want to maintain all 11 players on field. But now St. Mary's cross into the box, and Prem Kumar waiting for that ball to fall kindly to him, but does not. Now again Prem Kumar not getting that ideal pass in, and shot taken from distance, a little bit too far for Prince Clifford.
Right into the body of Obina Stanley there. Almost looking a bit too complacent here, Solid. But here's Chibueze. If there's any man who can make an impact, it's him. Chibueze with the header, but just isn't able to keep it low enough. Goes above the crossbar there. But that's exactly what Solid SC will be looking for. Promising signs for Solid as well.
Lovely ball in by Mensa Prince, and Chibueze unmarked, and he did have enough time on the ball. That header going above the now St. Mary's looking to go down the right, but that pass not the ideal situation. And now a throw in for Solid, and they'll be looking to build on attack and maintain that pressure that they had initially. Now Kershaw giving away possession, and now ball with St. Mary's. Looking for options is Prince Clifford, and now Prem Kumar back to Prince Clifford, and now Clifford in the box and brought down, but it is a fair challenge by Stanley. So Solid once again coming up top on defense, and now searching ball for Chibueze, and the ball has been given away. Will this be the goal? And oh my, Chibueze, what have you done? Arnican coming off of his line and making a hash of that, and the ball falling for Chibueze, and Metabor doing almost an own goal there, Metabor, but still that distraction causing Chibueze to kick that ball wide, and that's a goal. Opportunity gone begging for Solid.
Chibueze there just attempting to toe it in, poke it into the box. Perhaps should have had a bit more power there. Miscommunication between the goalkeeper and his defense as well. However, good result for them nonetheless. Being able to deprive Solid of a goal so far in this second half. And another attempt at goal. And a shot on target from St. Mary's as well. Yes, Mensa Prince once again on that wing. Mensa Prince getting past the defender. St. Mary's have done well to rob the ball from his feet.
But if ever there was a right opportunity for Solid, it was that goal scoring opportunity through Chibueze. And unfortunately, that opportunity has gone begging. But now John Raj trying to create another chance for them. And on the volley is the captain. Now the big man Stanley on the ball.
Just not able to get to that ball there, Mensa Prince. And in this final quarter of the game, everything's happening. St. Mary's once again having to backtrack here. It's a solid defense, but done well there. Not the ideal pass. And here's Chibueze once again. Chibueze, good control by him. He needs support. He's looking to beat that defender. Chibueze into Mensa Prince. Mensa Prince with a little bit of a feint there. In the cross, Mensa Prince. Good interception there by the St. Mary's defense. And here's a throw-in for Solid. Looking for that cross. Looking for Chibueze. And here's St. Mary's now. Obina Stanley in a foot race with the number 7 M. Prem Kumar. And Obina Stanley with his physicality is able to bully Prem Kumar from the ball. Jabesh towards his right back. John Raj once again using that right back as a pivot. Here's a crossfield pass.
Now ball in, but St. Mary's defense dealing with it, and Prem Kumar looking for his captain. But Nithausen making the run the other way, and now ball falls for Solid. And wave of attacks from them, and they'll be looking to get that second goal and draw level with St. Mary's. Now it's Jnana Rupan on the ball. And round being made into the box, but easily dealt with.
Interesting to see that Jnana Rupan, after having played on the wing for the majority of this game, has just moved into the midfield. And wondering why, because he was quite good on that wing there. Something that the captain did early on in this tournament as well. He was controlling things from that midfield there, and I really did believe that his transition into the wing was more advantageous for Solid SC.
Obina Stanley there, just elbowing. And, bit of medical attention needed. And I think pretty decent breather for both teams as well, Bilal, as we've had quite a eventful second half here. Heading into the 80th minute, 10 more minutes of official time, so anything can happen. St. Mary's can increase their lead, or Solid can put a wrench in the victory parade of St. Mary's. So it was Meron down needing a bit of medical attention, but now it is a corner in favor of St. Mary's. Now 4 players in the box for them. Actually now Prince Clifford joining as well, so it'll be 5.
Prem Kumar to take the cross into the box. Here's Prem Kumar going to the near corner this time, near post this time. Ball still in possession with OK Metabor and St. Mary's. OK Metabor just allows the ball to trickle out of touch. But it looks like it is Solid SC have come out with the ball from that tussle, and Kennedy John Raj now attempting to go from the middle. Kennedy John Raj into his runner and just misses out there. I think it was Jabesh, the previous goal scorer in that last game. Powerful shot, but just the side of the net. They are grazing the side of the net.
Two clear-cut opportunities for Solid, and fortunately not being able to execute it. And now ball with Prince Clifford. St. Mary's will look to build on now. Ball played crossfield.
Into the box here. St. Mary's have definitely dominated the second half, and it feels like Solid SC have just lost their rhythm a little bit there, and courtesy of the good defense from St. Mary's as well. And it looks like there will be 2 more substitutions for St. Mary's, so a lot of fresh legs also being infused into this St. Mary's outfit. That will be M. Morrison coming on for M. Prem Kumar, who has had a good day out in the field, and also Sebastian Arul coming in for M. Nidarsan, the captain, who has scored a brace for today. It was M. Nidarsan who scored that screamer of a free kick and also that header to make them go 2-1 up in the game. And the captaincy armband just being passed on to S. Madhivadanan, the defender. As M. Nidarsan just walks out, he'll know that he's done his best today. Alongside Prem Kumar as well, both of them have had a crack of a game in this pitch today. Nidarsan with a brace to his name. And at this point of the game, we'll be hoping that they can finish it off with a victory here. But Randev, do you think there is some last minute drama here, considering that Solid is quite famous for that as well?
If anything, in this game of football, especially in the Sri Lanka Football Champions League, we've seen a couple of last minute goals, and you can never write off Solid. So as St. Mary's as a team will definitely know that second goal can come through them, so they'll want to score that third goal and bury the hatchet, sure that they have a guaranteed victory. Now Paul with Solid and searching pass, trying to find his attackers up front, but now ball falls for the new man and Gumbari. Fortunately, Gumbari not making a successful pass there and gives away position. I think what St. Mary's have to do is either look for that third goal or make sure that they do not give Solid an opportune moment to score that second goal and draw level with them. As both teams would love to end this campaign on a high. And now Metabo under a bit of pressure. Manages to clear that ball. And possession has been given away now. And Prince Clifford. The 2 shots taken on, but easily blocked there by the solid defense. So
yes, solid SC now on the counter. Mensa Prince. Ball taken away. Here's Obina Stanley hunting his man down, and Obina Stanley comes out on top against the new man in Morrison. Yes, solid. Jana Rupan will have to create something here, make something out of these opportunities, and here's an opportunity now that is straight away being nipped off the bud there by the goalkeeper. As Anikan has had quite a good game so far. Here's the replay. Penalized for that shove there. Mensa Prince.
Not too sure what Prince Clifford was trying to do there. He did have an option on the left. Decided to take that shot on from distance.
Last 5 minutes of this game run, and St. Mary's, although they are 1 goal up, they cannot do anything. Fumble the lead here. Because 1 more goal from Solid is all they need. 1 little mistake from the defense is all they need to draw level here in this game.
Definitely, and a few more minutes of added time will be there, so St. Mary's will have to hold on to this slender lead. Or like I mentioned earlier, get that 3rd goal so that they have enough of a cushion. Now Metabo from the back.
Yes, St. Mary's now once again a wayward pass that sees possession being exchanged. Jana Rupan into John Raj, who will want to spark something here. John Raj into Chibueze. Chibueze, goal still at his feet. Chibueze with an equalizer in these last minutes of the game. And that's a goal. Henry Chibueze pierces through that defense and scores that goal. Last minute drama here, Ramdev, once again. What are we seeing? The coach is furious with his team there, and Chibueze has every right to celebrate. 2 defenders marking him and the goalkeeper to beat, and he just does exactly that.
Once again here in the replay, Chibueze under pressure by 2 players, and Metabo, that ball hitting the back of his leg, and the ball falls kindly for Chibueze. And that is the 2nd goal for Solid, and not what St. Mary's wanted. We were mentioning time and time again that there is an opportunity for Solid to draw level through a mistake, and St. Mary's just does that. Heading into the last minute of official time now, Bilal, and just added time will have to be the chance where St. Mary's needs to take the lead, but now Solid do have a chance through John Raj.
And Chibueze once again, who's charging into that box. Apologies, that was Mensa Prince. Kennedy John Raj once again. Good little footwork there towards Mensa Prince now. Mensa Prince looking for that cross. Waiting for support. Chibueze having to go back just a little bit. Shakes off that defender once again. He has people in that box there. Mensa Prince Surrounded by 3 defenders there, and we'll be having 3 minutes of added time here. And once again, it was that Kennedy John Raj and Chibueze combination that saw Solid SC scoring that equalizer.
You did mention, Bilal, that if Solid needed a goal, that combination had to work, and that definitely did the trick for them. And that second goal coming off of a slight mistake by St. Mary's. Bit of a brain fade moment in defense as well by those two players, especially Metabor, who has been pretty decent today in defense for St. Mary's. Fortunately, giving away a goal at a crucial moment. And with roughly just over 2.5 minutes in this game, Solid seemed to be the team. And now Chibueze stumbling there, but still manages to recover the ball. And trying to get the ball into the box, but not being able to find John Raj now. And I think every time we do see the ball go out, it will be an attack from either one of the two teams.
And here's John Raj, who the ball was aimed at. It just goes out of play there, and it'll be a goal kick for Anikan, who will be looking for his players in the forward ranks. Here's the captain, Jana Rupan. Good touch there by him. Obina Stanley. Oh, and that's brilliant. That's not what you want to see there. And the referee goes into his pocket there. That is definitely not the type of play you want to see. Desperation tackle there by the number 18, S. Madhivadanan, who is wearing the captain armband now. And St. Mary's, despite having had plenty of substitutions coming in, have just looked a bit tired here, Randev.
And the more energetic team, Solid, in the dying end of this game, seem to be the team that can get that third goal. But unfortunately, play has been stopped due to this tackle and injury. I think definitely if we did have play, Solid were in line to get that third goal, as they seem to be the team that was threatening that St. Mary's goal. But as football fans, as football lovers as well, we do not want to see a game end in a draw. But it is likely that this free kick will be the last opportunity for Solid to get that third goal. But yes, that confirmation of the yellow card for Mathivataran.
Here's Kennedy John Raj now. Straight into the hands of the keeper, who spills the ball, Anikan, but good recovery from him. And that's the whistle there. Would have loved to see a few more minutes added to the game because of that injury as well in that final minute of extra time. But nevertheless, after the end of 3 minutes of extra time here and 90 minutes having been played in this game, St. Mary's and Solid have found themselves drawing the game. Of course, Solid leading for most of that half time, for most of that second half rather, and then Chibueze just ruining their party. And we did speak about how crucial that last quarter of the game can be, and that's exactly the period where Solid SC capitalized on. And the bench, they definitely aren't happy with the result.
Bueze has been a threat up front for Solid. And definitely St. Mary's will feel like they are to blame for the mistakes they made, especially in the last couple of minutes, giving Solid a sniff on goal. Bilal, think this result, I think both teams would have hoped that they could get a win, as that would have helped them move up the table, and the higher you finish will be better for them as well in terms of their campaign so far. As you made it to the Super 8 round, it is pretty tough to make it to the Super 8 round, and they do have a week more, so 2 victories would have helped them sneak into that top 4 like you mentioned earlier. But unfortunately it is a draw for both these teams. Solid do have an important game against the leaders Java Lane next week as well, and they'll want to play spoil sport and try to get a victory against Java Lane, who have had a stellar season in terms of the Super 8. So they managed to just scrape through from the group stage. They were 4th in their group if I'm not mistaken, but now top of the table in the Super 8 round. So St. Mary's and Solid playing to a draw here at the Racecourse International Stadium.
Something that you can't see on screen yet so far, but we have Gumbari here on the sidelines just speaking to the young boys, all of them crowding him, speaking to him about the game perhaps, and it's something lovely to see around them. You know, these young boys here will gain inspiration from players like this, from the plays they see on this pitch here. It's always nice to see those senior players taking some time to just have a little chat with the youngsters here as well. And what a game we've had on our hands. And we'll be having an interview with the man of the match, that is Henry Chibueze. What a game he's had. Solid SC
ඇතුලේ. ඒ නිසා අපිට අර චේන්ජස් එක දාන්න වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ චාන්සස් ඊට පස්සේ අපිට හොඳට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවෙන් ඉන්නකොට අපි අන්ෆෝචුනේට්ලි අපිට එක ගෝලක ගියා. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට ඩ්‍රෝ වුණා මැච් එක.
ඔව් අද තරගය මේ ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්නම තිබ්බ chance එකක් තියෙන top 2 finish එකකට. අද ඒකින් හින්දා බැරි වුණා. නමුත් අවසාන තරගයක් තියෙනවා. මොන වගේ බලාපොරොත්තු තියෙන සෙන්ට් මේරිස් කණ්ඩායම වශයෙන්?
අපි මේ තරගයේ දිනා ගන්න තමයි බලාපොරොත්තු ආවේ. අන්ෆෝචුනේට්ලි අපි ඩ්‍රෝ කරගත්තා. ඉදිරිය
and Saunders peters out. But this is the 6th week of the Super 8 round, the Sri Lanka Football Champions League.